to you all, and I'm very glad that 4 people are sitting here with me. It's 4 of our students who study each one a different program we offer related to business management. So maybe I would first like to ask you to introduce yourself, beginning with you, your name, and what specific program are you studying, and how far are you in your program?
So my name is Martin Valencia. I come from Ecuador, and I'm studying business management with accounting and finance, and I am second year.
Hi, my name is Brenda. I come from Peru, and I study business management with business analytics in my second year.
Hi, my name is Vlad. I come from Romania. I study business management with media, and I'm in my first year.
Good morning, my name is Zimi Malekio. I am in second year and I study business analytics.
Okay, so everybody indeed something very different, maybe also very much the same. We will hear soon of you. What are kind of the differences? What are the specialties you all are having within your modules? So let's first think back to the time before you applied here. What were you searching for? What were you thinking when you just came from school? What did you want to study? Something general, something specific? Why maybe this certain program here on Lancaster University Leipzig? Zimi, let's start this time with you.
So I had studied in English or international schools throughout my academic journey, and for me I wanted something that offered that UK education, but also something that was in a new environment, something that would allow me to develop other skills such as like learning a new language like German. So for me this was a good middle ground, and I heard about the reputation of the university, so for me it was just it seems to all work out in terms of meeting what I wanted to do.
Mm-hmm. And you study our brand new program, Business Management and Media. Was it that you were so actively engaged in school in some media channels? Did you do the school newspaper? Was there a school newspaper, or what drove you to study this program at our university?
I mean, I've always been attracted to like this media part. I guess my parents both work in media-related fields. It was not intentionally initially what I wanted to do, like business with media, but things came to be like this. So I'm not sad about it. It's pretty good, I would say.
And for me, I was looking at other options because I wanted to. My initial thought was doing architecture actually.
Architecture,
It's very different, but I thought that it was good to get into the business field because you can explore different areas in business in every branch of anything. So I think it was good to explore this first, especially because it's only 3 years. In the United States it's 4 years for a bachelor's, or in Peru it's 5.
Even 5 in Peru? Yes. I didn't know that. Wow.
So it's good to have this startup, and also I can learn German, and I think it was great for my beginning and getting a little bit of work experience as well.
Yeah. So you like to have something general, some
Yes.
solid foundation. You didn't want just the solid foundation, let's say. Why did you want this specialization? Why didn't you choose business management solitarily, but in addition something else?
Because first I'm interested in accounting a lot, and second of all I want to open my own business in the future.
Convenient.
So I need, to be honest, I need accounting. I need to be able to understand how my business operates, how the money moves around the whole company, and to have a good understanding. I saw the opportunity at Lancaster offers, and I took it. Don't regret my decision.
So now moving from your wishes before studies to your actual studies, to the modules you have, to the day-to-day schedules you have. Maybe you can run us a little bit through your schedule you actually have right now. You're just starting, so maybe you can't tell too much, but maybe you start first by telling, is there already some media involved? Will there be more media involved in the future? How is it at this certain point of studies?
Well, right now there is one course related to media-specific analysis mostly. Besides that, it's just business right now. But in the future, I think they're gonna branch out more. We have the electives as well, which seem pretty interesting.
What about your studies? What modules do you have? Run us through your weekly schedule.
Okay, so currently at the moment for the semester, we have been covering 4 modules. So that would be operations management, tools and techniques for business decisions. Then we also have, sorry, allow me to give me a second.
Yeah.
Then we also have a accounting module and then a statistical module. So for us, we use analytics throughout our academic journey. So since first year, I mean, the analytic aspect has always been there. We had an analytical module last year that allowed us to build on the fundamentals that we are now learning to explore deeper in second year.
And the accounting and finance part, do you have them together with them?
Yeah, so currently the modules that we share with the accounting and the classmates, that would be operations management, because within operations management you do cover certain topics and you learn key fundamentals for calculations that I assume are shared between the two. And then also with our statistical module, so we both learn how to analyze the numbers that we are given.
Interesting. Accounting and finance.
Yes.
Are you dealing with numbers each and every day with Excels? Are you calculating a lot?
So for this first semester, we have practically the same classes as Business Analytics. So we're preparing the foundations, but we also have auditing, which is how money goes from your card to the machine, from the machine to like how the money moves, and it's unnecessary for accounting. And next semester we have our official accounting and finance class.
Okay.
So our official accounting, I think it's accounting 2, I don't know, because last year we already had the first one, and now we're gonna have like the continuation. But first we need the basics, which are given in the first semester.
Of course. And you have the basics together with Brenda, who studies business management, or are you separated as business management and accounting class?
So last year we had accounting, all of us, but the accounting students, you had 10 more weeks of, I think, accounting a little bit more advanced. So that's the difference between theirs and ours. But this year we have the same basis practically, except for auditing, and then next semester, we have our own classes.
Makes sense, because you went deeper into the topic, right?
Yes.
Than you, but you also must have gone deeper into certain other topics, business management topics, because it's not that you have half the classes that they do have, because you're studying business management. Tell me about your schedule.
So it's basically very similar as Simi's or Martin this semester, but we also have more electives. So I have an entrepreneurial mindset, which is something I'm really interested in because I also want to like branch into my own business.
Okay.
So I think Martin is taking it with me, but it's an elective for him. So things like that can coincide with different students because we have the elective. But for example, I don't have an elective that Simi has next semester, because it's different for every person and what they will see themselves going into later. First year, I really like Lancaster business program because it get me to explore every branch, like accounting and a little bit of analytics and everything. And then this year, it's more specified into your own major.
Into businesses and into all these related topics without going too deep into accounting and finance, data analytics. So very nice, very nice. I think we have a good overview of what our prospect students can expect from those certain programs. So let's turn our focus to the lecturers now, or to the way they teach, right? Because this was now the content they teach, but maybe there are also some differences or some same teaching methods that all your lecturers have. Zimi, what are your lecturers doing? Are they even programming things with you? Are they running through Excels the whole day? Take us a little bit through your classes.
Yeah, so our lecturers, I'd say they are doing their job rather well. For me, I say so because they do vary in their teaching styles, but they try and make their teaching style more connected to what they're teaching. So for example, something like operations management, it's more hands-on, so she's able to allow us to get more practical with it. She's always providing different examples and different questions where it is not just a breakdown of what is being taught, but also something that encourages us to think further and to explore the concepts more. And then something with statistics, for example, he's able to guide us, but also give us some free range within certain principles to then explore and work on it and learn how to use the various softwares like SPSS that we use.
Okay. And that's good to hear, because I imagine statistics and analytics can be quite dry, right? Looking at numbers the whole day would be... but I can hear that they're quite encouraging, engaging, and doing some different things than looking on numbers the whole day. Accounting and finance together with business, I also imagined a little bit dry. Is it like that? Or is it, as Simi tells us, a little hands-on, experienced?
So for the accounting modules, it's also hands-on experience because you need it. Obviously, I think other than lectures, the workshops are where you actually learn a lot, because you're doing what you already practice, because you can read 100 times. If you don't do it practically, you won't learn.
Correct. Yeah.
And for all classes, we have a lot. For every class, we have every workshop. And that's where in accounting we also learn. We use Excel, we use a lot of tools. And yeah, it's pretty much the same thing. I think more numbers. But yeah, we also have to study how money moves around the whole business, which can be a lot of lectures, because we have 3 hours sometimes. But eventually it pays off with a workshop where you can practice it.
So you have the feeling once you start your own business, you have so much experience in actually doing the accounting that you can start it, or would you have to read some more books after studies?
No, I will start it, I trust.
Direct kickstart your career. Brenda, business management.
To add to what they're saying,
Yes.
I think operations management and some other modules are very hands-on. But also, like, for example, statistical methods, that module, we use a lot of SPSS, which I think that's really good.
Like Zimi, right? Yes.
And in project management, in tools and techniques, we use one that it was Project Libre, which is very similar to SPSS. But it's good to explore different branches, because if you go to the work field, you don't know what they're going to put you into. So that's really good.
Of course. And are you also dealing with businesses, whether it's a case study or a visit of a business?
Yeah, we haven't done a visit, but we, for example, in tools and techniques for management, we usually study a case study. We have a research report on it, and we have to really examine each factor of it.
So you really dive deep into one business, let's say, or several businesses, and analyze this. Very nice to hear. Now, media, I know you've just started our brand new program. Did you already film something? Did you already made an interview, besides our interview today, of course?
Not really, we haven't done much. On this side, we've made article reviews and we've analyzed different sorts of media. We're learning about different sorts of media and how fans interact with content, basically. But no, so far we haven't created any sort of content.
That is still to come, I guess.
Yeah,
right?
still to come.
In the next years.
Yeah, I hope.
Very nice. So nothing dry at the moment. I really expected those two programs. I'm not the numbers girl, so I really expected those to be dry. But even that seems attractive to me. So with all these modules, with all the lecturers being engaged, teaching you this, what would you say are the, let's say, 3 skills you have managed to gain so far? It's a little unfair, maybe you just 2 skills so far. What would be 2 or 3 skills you have managed to get from your studies regarding, of course, your certain program? Even if it's some business management only skill, you can feel free to name all of them. You look like you already have 3 in mind.
I have 2. So I think the first skill is time management. So, for example, they give you, in this date you have an exam, and they give you the information needed, obviously the lectures, the workshops, they give you the information needed. So, you have to prepare yourself. So today I'm going to study, these 3 days I'm going to study week 1 and 2. Then I'll do the workshops.
Okay.
I'll review it. So we start managing time also for projects.
important, yes.
Yeah, it's very important for projects in general. And the second skill I would say is networking,
Yes.
because obviously it's such an international school, especially in each model there are people that come from every place. So for example, when they give you groups, you get to interact with people and cultures you have never interacted, and I think that's incredible.
Nice, yes.
And you learn how to communicate, how to understand them, how to make yourself understood. So yeah, I think.
Yeah, important.
Mhm.
It's even, I would say, life skills, right?
Yeah,
You gained here.
it's a life skill. Yeah.
Life skills and also skills you wouldn't gain at any university, I would say. Maybe time management, yes. We must admit, as a student, you always learn to manage your time, right? You have to. But I think especially this diverse experience with internationals surrounding you, it's a very important skill you can just learn at such an international university like Lancaster.
Yes.
So hard for you to find 2 other or 3 other
Yes.
things, but maybe some program-specific skills?
I feel like I dove deeper into the Excel skills. I think it's very important in business. I knew already a little bit from high school, but for example, last year when we had a work on Business Analytics, and that really dove me into each step that I can use in Excel, which is like crucial for business jobs. Yeah.
So now you're an Excel pro, which not everybody can say about himself.
Yeah.
And the other skill, what would it be? Maybe.
I think it comes with networking, but also time management, which is prioritization of tasks.
Okay.
So you need to know which tasks are crucial to begin with. We did a graph, or usually we do a table for business, where it's like, is this time important? Is it like crucial for the business, or is it like you can leave it for later, basically? So it's good to have that skill to be able to see your task as you can separate it individually and really know where to start and prioritize your time.
Which is important because once you're a manager, and in general you could be all managers at the end of your studies, this is an important skill, right? To manage your time, to manage even the times of other employees, right? Zimi, what would you say are 2 or 3 skills?
Okay. Well, I think they touched on a lot of them, but I will mainly say the most relevant skills that come across to me would be technical skills. So this would be presentation skills, for example, in tools and techniques for project management. Our lecturer Ahmed, who used to work with the UN and deal with project management there,
Wow.
he really does put an emphasis on ensuring that our presentation skills are on par with professionals, I would say. So he's always very critical of how we carry ourselves, how we present ourselves, how we are able to engage the audience better. So it's based off of that, I would say, our presentation skills, but also, as I mentioned earlier, we use SPSS, which is a system used by many people for statistical analysis. So, and also just for research in general, it's very good for compiling information. So through learning how to use that, I would say it's one of the other skills that come across.
And you also use SPSS for creating some surveys or some analysis of surveys.
Yeah.
So you need to do it for your actual, not exams. I'm not talking about exams now, but these projects, right? You're using it to analyze your own projects.
Yeah.
Okay, so very good skill. I think all students need this SPSS skills, especially data analytic. Media, business management and media. What skills do you learn?
I mean, so far, as everyone said, we get a lot of communication and team working skills with people from all around the world. We get to communicate and discuss different topics in class, especially with the interactive lessons, with more interactive lessons. But we also get a lot of analytical skills in media, I would say.
Oh, okay.
Because we have to analyze content, look for the deeper meanings in different sorts of content. Like we look at pictures, videos, and all sorts of things, and we learn how to look for the messages and put them down.
And as you recently just come from school, they probably all forgot how it was in school, but maybe I ask you then, how different is it from being a student in school and now being a student at university? As you said, analyzing things, is it a different way of analyzing? Is it a more independent way, group work? What skills?
I mean, I would say it's really different than my school, at least. I wouldn't say it's like bad, it's just different. Like you get to work a lot more on your own, but also with your peers, I would say. It's not a lot of classwork in the class. You have to do it outside and meet with them and talk about it. And yeah.
But that's the way also to analyze things,
Yeah.
right? Not only thinking about it in your own head, but discussing with others, right?
Yeah, of course.
So with these skills now, what will you be, the big question, what will you be in the future? the big question that all parents are asking, do you have a slight idea already, or is it too much to ask still?
I can start.
Yes.
And I have an idea of what I want. Obviously, I'm always open to what's going on because things change, plan changes. But for now, like my short-term goals will be find a good internship. I'm currently already working in Marriott hotels,
Oh, nice.
which is giving me a little bit of business background as well, even though it's service. But I feel like I want to dive more into internship with either business analytics or business management, operations, even though I'm in a low level still at university. After that, I will maybe start a master's, and if I can't jump right into the
Architecture?
maybe like explore masters around there in the VR. But if not, I also always have the idea of starting my own business. So as an entrepreneur, so that really depends on how the idea brings up and how it processes.
Yeah. And now that you studied business management and such a fundamental, open subject, you're actually very free to choose whatever master is there to specify more, right?
Yeah.
And masters are mainly for specifying more. So you have the whole range of to choose from, right? What will you be in the future,
I want
Mister?
to open my business.
Oh,
My
you
own
said.
business. Yes, I'm already.
Can you tell us a little bit without telling a secret, or how would you open this business? Where?
So right now, I just need to get to C1 level because I want to graduate.
German.
Yeah.
German level,
German
yes.
C1 level.
Yes.
I want to stay here in Germany for some years and open the business here. So first I need the language. So I'm studying.
Yes.
And later I want to export things from my country into Germany. So become so yeah.
Your
just
country would
export-
be?
Ecuador.
Ecuador. Okay.
Yeah, Ecuador. So I want that's to open a business around that. Obviously, entrepreneurs and businesses change over time. Ideas need to adapt. So yeah, but I already have my clear goals.
Yeah. And you already have a third skill you didn't mention,
Adaptability.
German. German, and yeah, I think it's quite a good example of how we push the students also to learn some German, because this is so much appreciated. Not only if you want to open your own business, but also if you want to start in a business, right? People can communicate in English, but most of the companies communicate in German. So German skills also. Learned here at Lancaster University Leipzig. Zimi.
Yeah. Well, I've always been interested in business analytics, and data analytics.
Makes sense.
Probably something to do with that field. However, through learning about supply chain management and operations management, I could also see myself going down that route because it's something that's always been interesting. Yeah.
And Vlad, I'm very curious. Will you be more team management, something managing in media, or will you be team executing media? So having the camera on your shoulder, making the interviews. What team are you?
I would say team executing the media more for me. I really want to work in a creative area, like artistic, I would say. I come from an art, I did an art high school before. I didn't do a regular high school, so that's what I kind of want to do further on as well.
So you could edit my video and once it's all recorded
Yeah,
and
okay.
stop, because this video from today, this interview will be on YouTube.
Okay.
Maybe you can actually look over my shoulder once I edit it and already gain some more skills. Then we are at the topic again. One last question, maybe. You said it a little bit, you are all studying something related to business management. This is the main connection between you four, right? How much is this connection seen in your daily life, in your maybe moving around here on campus? Are you like, hey, you're the other guy from business management, I have some classes with you, greetings to you? Or is it very separate? Zimi.
Great, yeah, start, sure. Well, I would say it's very connected. Well, through not just the modules that we share, but also through what is encouraged by our lecturers and by the courses we do. So in this case, I may not have the best accounting knowledge, but if I ever have questions in regards to statistics or accounting based theology, then I'm able to ask Martin. Yeah.
Very good, very good.
We are always exchanging ideas, and even within the modules that we do share, we are, well, they promote working, but as individuals who are of different modules, so that you can get a range of ideas while working on a project.
And also you have the same, you share some of the lectures, right?
Yeah, most of them. And especially in first year, I think we really got connected as people, like introduced. And then now that we're here, sometimes I don't even know if some of my peers are either business analytics or business accounting, and it's good to just work with them, and it's good to share ideas with different perspectives.
Of course, of course. Another thing to add that you share maybe?
Yeah, I can add, and also the way of living. For example,
yes.
obviously we share classes, especially in first year. You connect with, for example, in business with all people. And when you get project or something, you say, okay, let's go drink a coffee, or let's go to this cafe or to this library, and let's work together. Or let's go to our residence, for example, Loomis or Basecamp, and let's work together. And that's where you meet people, you make friends, you make connections, and it's also the lifestyle supports connecting with people. And, yeah.
Perfect, perfect. And if you could have the chance to make a choice again, would you choose the exact same program, or would you say, oh, I wish I could have studied business management like Brenda did, or I wish I could have studied accounting, or are you quite satisfied?
No, I'm very satisfied with what I'm learning. I don't think I'll change it.
Okay. And you, I guess?
Yeah, I would probably still choose media from the whatever Lancaster has to offer. Media is a home for me.
Perfect, perfect.
I actually, the first year I did business management, but this year I changed to business analytics.
Ah, you changed?
Yes, yes.
Which was easy to do because you were business management?
This is what I also enjoy about the first year. Since I got to explore the different branches, I was able to really decide. And I just contacted my advisor, which is Ranford Warren. And he...
The lecturer, right?
Yeah. And he checked my grades and was able to check it out, and it was super easy.
Ah, that's convenient.
Yes,
that's convenient.
That's
but would you still recommend, as we have prospect
100%.
students here, to maybe if they are unsure, or what does it depend on to choose maybe first business management? Because I can tell you're not regretting it at all that you chose business management.
For me, it was more of a personal decision of where I see myself going into later, but I still think that business management as a whole, it was a great module because you get to see all the generals of everything. Plus, before I made my decision, I obviously studied the module online because you can see which modules you have each year. I really struggled to have this decision because I love the modules in business management as well, that now I won't be able to have maybe in business analytics, but I prioritize because of where I want to go in my field later.
Okay. That decision was made easy for you because you could just sneak into the other program, right? I think this is all from our part, but don't stand up now. I will just have a quick look at what the students might have asked already. Are your lecturers working professionals or researchers? Well, that's actually a good question to ask. So, do you know if your lecturers do only research, or do they come from industry?
I think it varies. I know that all of them probably have a doctorate, but a lot of them are even, for example, the marketing teacher last year, I remember he was doing his own research report with us, while we were teaching. He explored the idea of how we interact with marketing and stuff, and it was very interesting to be involved in active research.
And he did some effort, I could tell, that he tried to implement his knowledge into your class, right? I also know that Ash, the lecturer, is coming actually from business. I think he has already his second startup running, so he has quite a knowledge. I already did the Entrepreneurship Hub video, which is also on YouTube. So I know from Ash. Do you know from any other lecturers who are in businesses?
Colin too had his entrepreneurial activity.
Also, in addition, there's Melissa, Melissa runs a
Coffee.
economical coffee store. Yeah, so
Interesting.
so yeah, in terms of it not being profit based, but in terms of being able to support the industry and the farmers from which she gets the coffee products from. Yeah.
Okay, so that's good. Obviously, if you're studying something with business management,
Yeah.
you need to know from people who know about business management or businesses in general. Let's
Yes.
say, right? Zimi, can you have a quick look because you're sitting so
Oh, sure.
close to the laptop? Is there another question coming up?
I would also add that I feel like they can help us with real life questions.
Let's wait until because then I can cut it.
Yes. Where do your fellow students come from?
Oh yes.
Oh,
So maybe we start with this little round of internationals. I think we are coming from a different country. I'm from Germany, but I'm working here, not a student. So where are you from? You said it.
I am from Ecuador. Yes.
Ecuador,
Peru.
Peru. Oh, Spanish speaking here.
Romania.
Romania,
and Kenya.
Kenya.
Yep.
And I think you could easily name 10 different nationalities
Yes.
from your class.
Yeah, of course.
Zimi, go ahead. 3.
10?
Three.
Okay, 3. Well, we have someone from. Sorry, I'm really bad at
And naming.
But we have people from all sorts of backgrounds. I mean, Zimbabwe, Nigeria, that's just within Africa, Cameroon. We have people from Argentina. We have people from all over the world.
Now it comes. I can see you were just a little overwhelmed. You name 3.
Egypt, Spain, and Cyprus.
Whoa.
I would say Lithuania, Russia, and
Mexico.
yeah,
Mexico. Even
Yeah.
Mexican? Oh, I didn't know that. Very good.
I would say Cyprus, UK, and China.
Okay, very good, very good. Yeah, so you see,
Yeah.
international, I can just drop the number 90 because this is the amount of nationalities we have running around on campus. You can basically find almost every country.
Yep.
Zimi, there's another question.
Yep.
That's your task
it
now.
Says, is your student life fun outside of classes? Do you have time for extracurricular activities?
Okay, so I know that you have time for extracurricular activities because I'm reposting all your social committee stuff
Yes,
you're doing. Maybe Brenda, because you're part of the social committee, tell us quickly about some off-class activities you have.
And for the social committee in campus, we have things like board game night, video game night. We have Christmas events where we do gingerbread houses and like cookie decorations. We also have the end of year party, which is our big event. And we have International Day, which all the cultures come, bring their own food, flags, and talk a little bit about their culture. But I would say also outside of class, like outside of campus and the social committee, you 100% have time to explore your own hobbies.
Yes.
Even though you still have to study, but you have time to socialize and do your own things.
Yeah.
Good. Okay. So it's not like every night studying.
No.
Okay. Zimi, what did you do this week? One
What
thing,
did I
maybe
do
one
this
activity.
week? Well, I currently went cycling. So Leipzig has a lot of cycling lanes all around and massive parks that you can go through.
Yes.
So me and my friend Javi, we went cycling.
Oh,
Yeah.
mountain biking or speeding?
Pardon?
Mountain
No,
biking
no,
or
no,
speeding?
just throughout the city.
Because
Just
there's
throughout-
another student doing mountain biking. I would have just connected you two,
Oh,
but
okay.
if you're not mountain biking, then no.
I could start.
Yeah. And indeed, you're right. Germany is like
Yeah.
maybe not like Netherlands, but Germany is the second best country to cycle.
Yeah.
It has certain pathways apart from pedestrian areas. So yeah,
Yeah.
quite good to cycle and to have fun outside,
Yeah.
even in winter. Vlad, what did you do this week?
I mean, as I mentioned earlier, I like doing art, so I always said like, art, draw a lot, I paint.
Oh, you paint. Very nice, very nice. And you have time for painting.
I do. I mean,
Besides-
it's not like I pull out a canvas and like the fancy paints, but yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I do enjoy it.
Okay, good. And you?
I went to the movies.
To the movies.
Yes.
To the cinema next door, like on the
Yeah,
Peter.
Cinestar.
Cinestar.
Cinestar, yeah, it's just 5 minutes away from here, right? But that shows that you're not too stressed out if you still have time for cinema, cycling, drawing, and the gingerbread competition. So, Zimi, is there another question? Can I ask you, please?
Maybe scroll.
Now your last chance to ask really anything. Feel free. Let's wait a bit more. But also, I think that was it. We covered a lot, right?
Yeah.
During the interview.
Yes.
So then it's time. Then it's time actually for me to close the session. It was a very interesting interview. Even I could learn something. I hope you could learn even more and got a little bit of an insight into the business management programs, the variations we have. Also, we introduced our brand new program, Business Management and Media. So feel free to ask any further questions to our team still. Feel free to apply, of course, to one of our programs. You now have a good idea of what you can expect. Have a very nice morning, evening, lunch break now, wherever you are watching us from. And I can just thank you here in the round for being so spontaneous, for being so lovely students, and for being so successful. Thank you, and see you in the next student room. Goodbye.